It's all over at IBROX, and with that, Rangers' chances of retaining their title is all over, in my opinion. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football, here to review the Old Firm game between Rangers and Celtic. Quality-wise, wasn't an amazing game. No, it wasn't. But from start to finish, the tempo, the pace of the game was pretty insane. Both teams went for it. Both teams needing to win. Both teams knowing how important a win is today. Probably more important for Rangers, though, to be honest. Being at home, being behind Celtic, they needed it more today, but they didn't get it. They've lost by 2-1. Even though they took the lead early on through Ramsey in the third minute, Celtic just did not start well. Rangers all over them for the first opening 7 minutes of the game. They got the 1-goal lead thanks to Ramsey, and you're thinking, well, here, could this be the opposite of what we've seen in the last Old Firm game where Celtic steamrolled Rangers? Could we maybe see the opposite this time? Could Rangers steamroll Celtic? But it wasn't to be, because 7 minutes into the game, Celtic equalised, and I think you've got to blame McGregor here. I think McGregor has to take a bit of blame. The shot comes in. He really should do better, man. It's not even a hard shot for Hatate. I think he should catch it. If not, he's got to parry it safe. He parries it straight into the path of Rogic, who blasts it in, and it's now 1-1. Speaking of Rogic, I thought he was great today. Potentially man of the match, but I don't know. I'll see later in the player ratings. So we're 1-1 after 8 minutes, and I felt like from 1-1, I felt like to the end of the second half, it was Celtic in control. They looked the more likely team to get the second goal. 25 minutes in, there was a great run made for Taylor. Jota played him a great ball over the top. Taylor ran onto it. I think he tried to cut inside. The ball took a bit of a deflection. It fell right into the path of Rogic. And Rogic, who'd been so good up to this moment, he's got a shot for, the angle's not that bad. He's got a shot for about maybe 17 yards. You expect him to at least test McGregor, and he hit the ball well wide of the target. So that was poor from Jota's standpoint. Good chance to give Celtic a 2-1 lead, but it was a terrible effort. 32 minutes in, Aribo gets tripped by Starfelt accidentally off the ball, and it was right on the edge of the box. Rangers fans screaming for a penalty. If some of the Rangers players wanting a penalty, this was never a penalty. There was a few penalty claims in the entire game. I'm not too sure any of them were penalties, but this one certainly wasn't. A few minutes later, Juranovic, who was pretty shit up to this point, great pass through to Maida. Maida skins Tav, completely sends Tav near the wrong way. Tav had a bad game, and this was not a great moment for him. Maida tries to take it around McGregor. McGregor goes down low, manages to get something on it, but it directs it straight into the path of McGregor, who hits it to Rogic, who has a shot blocked by Goldson, and this really was a good chance for Celtic. Maybe should have took a 2-1 lead here, but they didn't. And then shortly after that, again, Mayada through again, one-on-one with McGregor. This time, he takes it round McGregor. He goes down in the box. It looked like there was contact between McGregor and Maida, but to me, not enough contact to really send you down. It looked like Maida was playing for the penalty. So, I mean, I personally wouldn't have gave this a penalty, but you've seen these given. I definitely have seen these given. I mean, if a small team committed this against the Old Firm, it would 100% be a penalty, but I don't, in my opinion, I wouldn't say this was a penalty, but it is what it is. 42 minutes in, we get a free kick from the left-hand side. Ball is whipped into the box. The ball is in the air for a shitload of time, and McGregor decides not to come for it. And then there's a header. The clearance isn't that good. Lundstrom gets something on it, but not enough. It falls into the path of Carter Vickers. He smashes it in. Celtic get the lead 2-1 before the break. And in my opinion, probably a deserved lead, to be fair. I thought Celtic were the better team in the first half, and they deservedly led at the break. Unfortunately, the second half was delayed due to scenes where Joe Hart he's picking up broken glass. Essentially, someone from the Rangers fans, someone from the crowd, was throwing broken glass at Joe Hart into the penalty box. Now, whether they were throwing it to try and hit Joe Hart, or whether they were throwing it to try and, just leave it in the penalty box to maybe cause an injury to another player, fucking horrendous. Shameful. And the person should get a lifetime ban. Probably should get a visit for the police as well. But yeah, that delayed the second half. I mean, love Scottish football, but it's some shit like that sets it back. I mean, Scottish football's great. I mean, you don't need that. I mean, that's fucking bullshit. It's good enough without that stuff. So hopefully whoever done that gets dealt with. Finally, the second half did get started. and I felt like Rangers were the better team in the second half, but even saying that, I don't think they created that much. Joe Hart forced into one really good save from Fashion Sakala, who got brought on for about 25 minutes to go. Giamakis went down in the box after a challenge for Goldson. This was never a penalty. Giamakis wanted a penalty. It was never a penalty. But Giamakis on the way down fell into Balogun, and then the ball went out for a corner. And McCoist was wanting a free kick because Giamakis fell into Balogun, but I mean, it was just momentum. It wasn't a penalty and it wasn't a free kick. The referee got the correct decision here. It was 100% a corner. Not too sure how you can think this was a foul either way. I mean, it was a corner, 100%. And through that corner, more coins are thrown onto the pitch. Again, embarrassing, shameful. And it's, you know, you're fucking Rangers fans, your club's skint, your club's fucking no money. Perhaps instead of throwing coins away, why don't you donate these coins to your club so they might not die again for a second time? You know, that would probably be the smart thing to do. But they didn't do that. Then we have a penalty claim handball. I think it was on Juranovic. It hits his hand, but again, I think it's too close, man. I don't think you can give a penalty for this. McCoist and Walker both said it was no penalty. I mean, I'm okay with that. So far, we've seen 4 penalty claims. 2 for Celtic, 2 for Rangers. And I personally wouldn't have gave any of them, but I'm sure you'll get both sets of fans claiming that they should have had this, they should have had that. I mean, I think the ref actually made the correct decisions today. I've already talked about the Sakala shot being saved from Joe Hart. Oh my god, Al McGregor. We can say this guy's past it. We can say Shagger's done, he's finished. But he pulled off a great save for Abada with 13 minutes remaining to stop Celtic going 3-1 up. So he gave his team an amazing chance to, to get back into the game. But unfortunately for Rangers, they couldn't. I mean, it was mainly hitting long balls, crosses into the box. But Celtic's defence, fair play to them. They dealt with it relatively well. Like I said, Joe Hart only had that one real save to make. And the whole thing is, supposedly Celtic can't defend, but I mean, they've proven here 2 games now against Rangers, apart from the opening couple of minutes there, they've defended really well against Rangers in the last 2 Old Firms. So maybe this, maybe it's a false, it's a false thing that Celtic can't defend, because they looked like they defended pretty well to me, and the Rangers couldn't really create much. And it's their title on the line. Essentially, Rangers needed a goal here to save their title, and they didn't get it. So, I mean, I think Celtic defended well today. I feel a bit sorry for Rangers, because they've been so good in Europe over the past couple of years, and now they have earned a place for Scotland in the Champions League group stages. It's Rangers that have done that. Celtic have had a couple of good games in Europe over the past couple of seasons, but Rangers have been the team that has carried the coefficient, to where it is today. Rangers is the team that has secured Champions League football for a Scottish Premiership side. Rangers are a team that has secured that £40 million, that the Scottish team will get. But now it's Celtic that is going to get it, because they're going to win the league now. They're 6 points clear, 7 if you count the goal difference. And it's kind of sad, I do feel a bit bad for Rangers, but I mean, the rules are the rules. I mean, if you do well in Europe and you claim a Champions League spot, then you need to win the league to get that spot, and they haven't done it this season. They've been really poor. You can blame Gerrard if you want, but personally, I think the signs were there when Gerrard was at Rangers. Even towards last season, I think Rangers just got over the line. A lot of games were winning 1-0, but they weren't really doing it convincingly. And while I don't think Gio van Bronckhorst was the right man for the job, and I do think he'll probably go at the end of the season, I don't think he's going to be the long-term manager. I'm not convinced Rangers would have won the league this season had Gerrard had stayed. I still think Celtic would have won it. I said after 3 games Celtic would win the league, based on what I've seen from Ange Postecoglou's style of play and stuff like that, and I got laughed at. So, but it doesn't bother me. I don't support either team. I mean, fucking both teams can get relegated and sinking Titanic for all I care, man, but I don't give a shit. I want Hearts to win the league, but I did say Celtic would win the league after 3 games, and it looks like I have been proven correct, guys. So there you go, that's your review for Fog Fitba. I mean, it was a fun, entertaining game, fast-flowing game. It's a shame that there was coins and broken glass thrown. It's not everybody, it's not the entire fan base. It's just a bunch of pricks, really. But you wonder why. There's obviously people who have seen that getting thrown, so why can't... There's not enough stewards, I guess, to steward everybody. They can't monitor everybody in the stadium. So why can't the fans monitor each other? If they don't want to don't tar us all with the same brush. Well, why don't they do more then to stop things like this? And I mean both sets of fans, because both sets of fans have fucking wankers in them. During the match, I heard the Bobby Sands chant, he's dead. I mean, who cares? It's a game of football. Who cares about fucking Bobby Sands? Fuck him. Who cares about him? You know, and it's like, I remember years ago, Celtic were playing Rangers, and the Celtic fans got the doll of Chris Boyd's, what is it, his sister or something, or his brother or dad hanged himself, and they're pretending that it's Chris Boyd's like relative. You know, fucking stuff like that is disgusting. How is that allowed? You know what I mean? Come on, how is that allowed, guys? But anyway, I don't want that to overshadow today's game. Rangers have lost 2-1 at IBROX. It's not looking good for the league title. It would take an absolute collapse now for Celtic to win the league. There's still one more Old Firm game, so I guess if Rangers win that, they get it back to 3 points. But the goal difference, I think, is 4 points essentially. Rangers will need, for Rangers to win the league, they need to win their last 6 remaining games, and they will need the other teams to, you know, turn up and defeat Celtic. And Hearts Celtic could be a massive game, but if you look at it, Hearts are secured in 3rd place. So are Hearts going to be up for that game as much as they would be if they were still battling for 3rd place and they had competition? Probably not. I mean, so yeah, you know what I mean? The games that you can see Celtic dropping points in, they're running out. They're running out big time, guys. But anyway, that's it. Celtic 2, Rangers 1. That's your match review. I mean, we'll see what happens. It should be an exciting finish to the end of the season. But for me, Rangers, to have any chance of winning the league, they need 18 out of 18 points, and they need Celtic to slip up. Now, who knows? Maybe can Rangers possibly start pumping teams 5 and 6-0 and try and turn the goal difference around? Maybe, but it's unlikely. We haven't seen it all season. It's been very rare. Rangers have won a game by a large margin, so I don't really see them doing it now all of a sudden. But anyway, guys, that's it. Celtic 2, Rangers 1. That's your match review. Till next time, go do player ratings soon. So, till then, peace.